Today we have some exciting news. Tell them the exciting news.
What will it be?
You don't know?
No.
Oh. I guess I'm the only one that knows. So, we're going to have a baby. Another baby.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We ordered one. Apparently it's like a mystery box. There's no refunds. So you just get what you get. It's going to be a great baby.
Blue eyes.
With blue eyes, yes. Morena skin, blue eyes.
Sorry.
Sorry, we're just trying to get set up here. Get our other phone set up so we can see the comments. Hope everybody can hear us. We've got microphones now so that it's clear for people to be able to hear us. So we're working on the technology here to make our videos better. So tell me, how did this happen?
I just woke up one day and then I'm pregnant.
Oh. It's an immaculate conception?
Yeah.
Yeah.
An angel visited me in my dream.
So how far are you?
4 weeks.
4 weeks. So it's going to be a Christmas present?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It will be. She will be born on Christmas.
She?
She.
Is it guaranteed?
Yeah.
It's going to be a girl?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What if it's not?
It's a girl.
Can we send her back? Send him back? Is there refunds?
No.
No refunds, no returns?
No.
So like I said, it's like a mystery box.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get what you get. Well, hopefully she has a good job.
You should be the one who did a good job.
No, I mean, hopefully she has a good job so she can support us. You think we can have a doctor?
We're going to have an engineer, I guess.
An engineer?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's good money here, isn't it? So tell them stuff.
Like what?
I don't know.
I don't crave for something. He crave for something.
I crave for pizza.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for 3 days straight. And you don't want to hear his pizza.
No. Pizza Hut is the closest thing I can get to home. It tastes like home almost.
Pizza is good.
Pizza good. Yes, pizza is good. Yeah, Pizza Hut in Bacolod is about the closest thing I can find to food that tastes like home. So I try to eat it quite often, just so that it reminds me of food I get at home. But now she started making me grilled cheese with ham, and we're using the cheese here, which is much different than I'm used to in Canada. And it tastes really good, though. I finally found the right bread here. It took many, many tries to find the right bread because a lot of the bread doesn't taste the same. But I found the right bread. We found the right ham now.
Yeah.
And So it's a good combination. Somebody said they just made homemade lasagna, or just ate homemade lasagna. Love lasagna. We've made lasagna. The only thing I wish we could add to it is sausage, but I can't seem to find sausage here anywhere. So that's a bit of a downfall, but still, all in all, it's pretty good. It's hard to even find mozzarella cheese. You have to buy a mixture of mozzarella and marble, I guess it is, or mozzarella and cheddar, I mean.
Cheddar, yeah.
Yeah. But still works out pretty good. So my wife is pregnant and I'm going back to Canada. I'll be going back to Canada in July. Got to do some really exciting things there. I'm going to make a lot of videos and a lot of content. Get back to doing some car stuff and showing you guys a lot of cool things for sure, especially our car audience that we have.
Thank you.
They'll be hopefully well entertained by what we are going to show them there. Unfortunately, it's just me going, but I'm only going for like a month, so I'll be back here not long after. Somebody says, congratulations. Well, thank you. What part of Canada? I'm from Ontario. I live, well, I don't live, I used to live northeast of Toronto. For anyone familiar with that area, I was near Port Perry.
Oh, this is good.
If anyone wants to do a meet and greet, we can do that if you live local to there. I'm going to be out and about. I'm going to be making my way to Bancroft, to Barrie. I will be going to Mopar Fest in New Hamburg. Possibly Auto Fest. I'm not sure yet in Oshawa. I'll be attending the Fenelon Falls swap meet. That's all the ones I can think of off the top of my head. Whatever other events are on at that time. I'm not sure what other ones are going on. Those are just the main ones that I know of that are in the timeline that I'm going to be there. So I'm going to be selling the cars that I have there. I have 3 vehicles there right now still. I have my Escalade, of course, and then my 72 Roadrunner and my 69 Super Bee. And I'm going to be selling those vehicles while I'm there. So I will post a lot of YouTube content about the vehicles, and you'll get to see a lot more of them rather than them just sitting in the garage being built. I still have some final touches to do on the Super Bee, but it's mostly ready to go. And I'm hoping to be able to take her out on the road and take her for a drive. The first drive she's gone on since 20 years ago. I bought the car like 24 years ago, I guess. And it's just been moved from place to place. And it took me a long time to start that project because I had so many other projects on the go, customers' cars, whatever else. So it took me a long time to dig into that car. I finally decided to get into it about 8 years ago. And I put probably close to 2,000 hours into it to build the car. And I just finished it up last year. So it's pretty close to being roadworthy at this point. The glass still needs to be glued in, and we still need to bleed the brakes on it. But other than that, it's pretty much ready to rock. It's got a fresh engine in it. 550 horsepower, 440. It's got a 727 tranny in it with a reverse manual valve body. What is it? I have a race torque converter. It's like a 3500 stall. Sorry, losing my voice here. So it's a pretty cool car. It's my dream car. I built it for myself, and now I'm selling it. So that's life. Bill says, was telling my friends at work about phosphoric acid for rust conversion. I'm using Osfo though. Price was good for a gallon. So Osfo is very close to the same formula as what I'm using. The difference being is it's very heavily diluted. It's only 18% concentrate. And to me, I find it really expensive. I mean, to get it to Canada, it cost me over $100 a gallon. And for $105, I can buy 10 gallons of the acid that I'm using. And that's 65% concentrate, so I can literally dilute it down 2 times over. And I got 30 gallons for the price. So for me, cost-wise, my markup. Told my guy, your mic's being separated kind of messed up the quality. Your mic is not on. Whose mic? My mic or her mic? Your mic is on. Is mine on?
It's not right on.
Oh, great. Okay, well, we'll share one. Just go on the table here. We'll share that one. Sorry, guys. New technology. I guess we didn't charge the mics good enough. So I don't know what you missed now.
Oh, good.
We were talking about the car, and then you wandered off. So they were listening on your mic. So anyway, that's upcoming in July. I know it's quite a ways away, but keep tuned for that. And I'll show you some exciting, cool things in July. I think I'm going to try to do some projects while I'm there, do some work and stuff like that, just to basically to make content. It's not like I want to work. I'm just going to do it to make content for YouTube and for my viewers, to show them certain things, how to do certain things like body work, metal work, whatever. So stay tuned for that if you're interested in that kind of stuff. I know we have two different types of viewers. We have the viewers that are interested in the car stuff, and we have the viewers that are interested in, I don't know, I guess in being abroad and living in a different country and stuff like that. So hopefully we can satisfy everybody in our audience with that stuff. What do you got to say? Are you going to miss me?
We'll know.
No?
We will know.
We will know?
Yeah.
Leave it. Leave it. Leave it. It's okay. I paid around $38, $40 on Amazon in the US. You lucky bugger. Check the SDS from the supplier site and said 40% phosphorus. Well, if it's 40%, then they've upped their formula, because it was 18% last time I saw it. I'm pretty sure it's 18% though, unless they've changed it. I can't imagine they've changed it. But you're so lucky to live in the States because that's much cheaper than what we were paying. $38 US, so you're paying like $50 Canadian. Yeah, that's not too bad. Like I said, I'd rather make my own formula because then I have the concentration that I want and I can make it as strong as I want. I tend to use it at 65% concentrate just because I like the effect of it. It works fast and it does a good job. By Milkstone Remover, much higher phosphoric acid. Yes, Milkstone Remover is generally around 80 to 85% pure. And that's what I do recommend to people when they're looking for phosphoric acid. If they live in farm country, Milkstone Remover is the way to go. You can go to any farm supply store pretty much and buy that. It's used mainly on dairy farms for cleaning the cow milking machines and their storage containers and stuff like that. And that's definitely the way to go. Another way to go is you can go to a pool supply store and get pool scale remover, which is also phosphoric acid and is generally a high concentration because you're adding it to a pool. So it'd be a pretty high concentration as well, and I don't think it's very expensive. I've never gone that route, but I'm pretty sure it's not expensive going that way. So that's another way you can get it without paying a high price. You look comfortable?
No, I'm hot.
You're hot.
Yeah.
Why are you hot?
I don't know.
This isn't a hot country.
Yeah. It's a very cold country. That's why school is suspended today.
Yeah, it's freezing today. It's like 32 degrees Celsius. Just freezing. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. It's like 90. I don't know. It's pretty warm anyway.
Someone say something?
All the pool supply is alkanizer. It works just like Evaporest. Well, I guess some pool supplies would have the phosphoric acid and some don't. I've also had people tell me that they've been successful going to like a industrial cleaning supply place or like a janitorial supply place and buying phosphoric acid there for cleaning because they use it for cleaning kitchens and you know anything to do with cooking and all that stuff as well. So you can buy large quantities of it there. I mean, buying in bulk, you're always going to save money. Unless you shop at Costco, you're not saving money buying bulk. You're just buying big, large items for a lot of money. But in general, when you're buying bulk, you save money. And, you know, for the amount that I do of rust removal and stuff like that, it just makes sense for me to buy large quantities of it. Then I've got a lifetime supply. If I don't use it, then it's no big deal. It doesn't go bad. It doesn't expire. So it doesn't matter if it sits there for 10 years. I can still use it whenever I'm ready to use it. And you'll find the more that you use it, the more you'll want to use it for stuff. It's like when I bought my first welder. I bought it and I thought, do I really need a welder? Am I ever going to use this thing? And then I used it for something one day and I thought, hey, this is pretty cool. And next thing you know, it became like a daily tool for me. It was just something that I used every single day of my life, and I couldn't imagine living without it at that point. Same as my plasma cutter. Once I got my plasma cutter, I kept forgetting I had it, so I was doing things the hard way a lot of the time. But when I did remember, oh yeah, I have a plasma cutter, it made life so much easier to do jobs. And it started to become a needed tool in my shop, and I didn't want to live without it. In Australia, Evaporest has to reveal that formula, alkanizer. I always thought Evaporest was made out of citric acid. I always thought that's what they made it with. I know it's not as effective or strong as the phosphoric acid, but it's close. As far as I know, you need to soak it for a little while for it to work. Does it etch the metal? That's one of the questions that I would have about it. Does it etch the metal and prepare it for paint? So Mopar Mutt is from Australia, and he's a Mopar guy.
Well done, me.
What kind of Mopars do you have in Australia? Do you have any classic cars there? Like I mean, you personally, I know that there's some classic Mopars in Australia, but I'm just wondering if you have any in particular. The only car that I've seen there that really got my attention was the what is it called? It's got a really weird name because it's like a whole bunch of names put together. Chrysler Valiant Charger, I believe is what they called it. And I think it was like 1971-ish that they came out with that car. And I always thought it was a pretty cool looking car. I wouldn't mind having one of those. Not from Australia, New Jersey. Oh, okay. He's just talking about Australia. He's not from Australia. Okay. Well, New Jersey's a little far away from Australia. What kind of cars do you have in New Jersey? Do you have any classic cars? I mean, if you're from Jersey, you're from Jersey, right?
Jersey. Do I look like one of them? He's asking about me, I think.
A little bit far, yeah. Well, you're closer to where I'm from, so you can come visit when I go back there. He's got 474 Chargers. He's a little bit obsessed with 74 Chargers. 171 Charger, yeah. I'm starting to see a trend here. I think he likes Chargers. 72 Dart.
Well, there's a lot of cars.
That's nothing.
Why?
His car nuts. We have lots of cars. 2 Ram Chargers. Yeah, he's definitely a Mopar nut. He's got the bug, the Mopar bug. The Mopar obsession. He likes cars that cost him 3 times as much as any other car.
That's it.
And a Cordoba. That's what the Charger turned into in 1975 was a Cordoba. They still called it a Charger, but it didn't look anything like the 74 model, that's for sure. And lots of parts. Yeah. Well, that sounds like me. You got to have lots of parts because the parts are really expensive for these cars, and you need to have a whole stockpile of them so that when you're building the car, you have your own supply. Because otherwise it's going to cost you a fortune if you have to go and buy all these parts individually. You got one of those too, a 76 Charger. So far, I see a lot of Chargers and Ram Chargers. I think it's just like the word Charger. He buys everything that says Charger in it.
Wow.
Yeah. Not to mention their 4 or 5 beater cars. He's got the bug.
Yeah.
5 years ago, I had over 20 cars. I think I had 24 cars. And it was a lot to handle. I had a big barn full of them and my garage full and everything full. And it was just so overwhelming to have all these vehicles and trying to look after everything. They weren't all restored cars. Some of them were projects, whatever. But just trying to look after everything and keep it all in order and everything else. I just found it to be exhausting. And so I started liquidating, and the more I liquidated, the more liberated I felt. I felt like a weight was coming off my shoulders every time I sold a car. And I narrowed it down so that I just kept the ones that I really, really loved, the really rare ones that I loved. And so I was down to 5 vehicles. 2 years ago, I guess, I was down to 5 vehicles. And now I'm down to two classics. And I hate to get rid of them, but I mean, what else am I going to do with them? I thought about maybe trying to import my Super Bee here, but it's not like I can drive it here. So it would basically be like a museum piece. I'd just be putting it in a room and using it as a showpiece, which, I mean, the car's a work of art anyway, so that wouldn't really bother me to do that. And it's better than not having the car at all. But I don't know. It's going to cost me a lot of money to get it here. I don't have that money right now. So maybe if I become a really successful YouTuber, I can afford to do that. But for now, that's not happening. It ain't easy to keep them going. You're absolutely right. It's hard to keep them all going and keep them all safe and protected and whatever else, keep them away from rodents in the wintertime. And it's so much. For me, it was just overwhelming. And the more I got rid of, the better I felt. And you know, the realization is there's no way I have enough time in my life to finish all these cars. And so I'm not enjoying any of them because I'm only working. I would bring one out and do a bunch of work, and then I would get tired of it, and I'd swap it up and put the next car out and work on that one. And it just got to where I was never getting anything finished, and it seemed like an endless thing. And so I decided to just focus on the ones that I really liked, the ones I really cared about. So one of them was my 99 Tahoe, which is not even close to the same as the rest of the cars that I had, but I always had an obsession with two-door, two-wheel drive Tahoes. So I had my 99 Tahoe, which I love that truck. I spent 5 years looking for that, and it came from North Carolina. And then there was my 73 GTX, which it was one of 171 ever made. And it was just a really rare beast. And it's a 440 car, of course, because of the GTX. So it was a pretty cool car. I actually have it on my YouTube channel. There's a couple videos of it. And then there was my 72 Roadrunner that I still have. I love that car too. It's got a 340 in it with a race cam and X heads and blah blah blah, and it's nice and lumpy and mean sounding, and it loves to lay rubber, and it's just a fun car to drive. And it's not mint or anything like that. It's in good shape, but it's not mint, so it doesn't bother me to drive it too much. Then there was my 66 Chev pickup truck that I built. I put airbags on it and 20-inch wheels. I smoothed off the body a little bit and made a custom tailgate for it that swung open to the side rather than flipping down. And I had it on actuators so that you could just push a button on a remote, the tailgate would open. I had the airbags also on a remote, so I could raise and lower the truck with a remote control just for entertainment purposes. And I really like that truck. It drove really nice. It drove just like a brand new vehicle by the time we were done building it. We put power steering, not power brakes, just power steering, disc brakes. By the time we were done building it, it actually worked just as nice as a brand new vehicle. And I really loved that truck. It was just nice to hop in and drive. Nice to hop in and drive and not worry about, a lot of things you worry about with classic cars. It was the most reliable vehicle I had. Sometimes the daily drivers would stop working and it would still work. Go beat the dog, will ya? The dog's barking at somebody walking by. She's a good guard dog. She's only 7 months old now, but she's doing a good job of being a guard dog and a protector. Mo Parinette says, yeah, you got to keep the Roadrunner. Well, I can't keep the Roadrunner because I don't live where I can have the Roadrunner. I can't fit it in my suitcase to bring it here. So I'm going to have to let it go. Bill says, look at the good side. You always had a backup car with that Mini. Yeah, and believe it or not, the 66 Chev pickup truck with the original 327 in it that had never been touched was the most reliable vehicle I had. The only thing that truck ever did, I blew a couple belts off of it until I got the alignment of everything just right. And the other one was the tranny cooler. I kept blowing neoprene lines off the tranny cooler. And I don't know why. I have a brand new line and then it split. So I had to fix that a couple times too, but never anything catastrophic. It was always just minor things. And that truck was just reliable. I would drive that thing across the country and not worry about it. So back to the Roadrunner. Yeah, I'm going to have to let it go. I'm going to sell it. And the proceeds from that is going to go towards building our house and all of that stuff. You can't have everything in life. And I've already had these cars. I've already enjoyed these cars. I've enjoyed that life. And now I'm enjoying this life. And, that's how it is. If I can get that one car here, that would be a dream come true. And if I can find a way to do it financially, then I'll do it. The estimates that I saw, I'm looking at like $20,000 to $30,000 just to ship it here. So it's going to be rather expensive. That's a trade for the better. Absolutely. You're a trade for the better. He's saying that you're better than a 72 Roadrunner.
Am I? Am I?
You are. You are. I'm not just saying that because you can hurt me. You are in the Philippines. What do you drive there? Well, I drive a Japanese-made mini truck van. It's a Daihatsu Atray minivan. It's got a 660cc engine under the driver's seat. It's probably the most unsafe vehicle I've ever had in my life. But it's cute, and I like it. It's 80 horsepower of nothingness. It's more than enough for driving around here because, let's face it, you can't do more than 40 mile an hour here anywhere. And it's enough to pull it up the hills. It makes it up the mountains just fine, so it's perfectly fine. And I'm sure it gets good gas mileage. Well, it does get good gas mileage. It's hard to compare when you're paying pesos versus dollars and the roads are different, but it's not like I can take a drive to Toronto and say, okay, it costs me $30 to drive to Toronto. Good morning, Oliver. Good evening. Good night. I guess it's late where you are. So yeah, my minivan is not quite what I'm used to driving. But it's my first vehicle here. It's like I'm 16 again, buying my first car. My minivan is my first car here. It's not the coolest car in the world, but they're going to get cooler. Especially once we have our place built and we have a shop, then I'm going to start buying projects here. I don't know what it's going to be because there's not a lot here that interests me, but it's going to be something. It's probably going to be Jeep related. Or there is some classics here, but they're very far and few between. So I might just try to find that needle in a haystack and find something really cool. I know where there's a 66, 65 Chev, I think, C10. But it's pretty much done, so it wouldn't be any fun to work on because there's not much to do on it. It's pretty much all original too. But there is some vehicles here, some American vehicles that have been imported here. That 65 Chev's been here its entire existence. So you could imagine it's in pretty nice shape. And it would be original. It hasn't even been restored or anything. It's just an original truck, so it'd be kind of neat. But it's not for me because I can't do anything with it. I would rather get something that I can cut up and modify and customize and make it my own. So I'm gonna look for something unique and cool and hopefully find something. I did see a guy that had an international, I just saw it on the road. It was an international harvester. It'd be like mid 50s. And it was really cool looking. It was like rod style, but it looked really cool. And I hope I can find something like that because that would be ideal if I can find something like that to work on. But otherwise, I'm going to build some Mad Max style, rat rod style cars. I mean, like full exoskeletons and, sharp things sticking out of it and whatever else. You can do whatever you want in this country with vehicles and nobody cares. So it's, you have a lot of diversity here for what you can do. So I'm thinking, Death Race meets Mad Max. And that's kind of the kind of vehicles I want to make now. I'm tired of restoring cars and making them beautiful and pretty and spending, so many hours on them to make them look fantastic and wonderful and then not want to drive them because you don't want to scratch them or chip the paint or anything like that. I want stuff I can drive, stuff that's just obnoxious and ridiculous and scares people. I want them to move off the road when they see it coming. Run away. So I don't know what it's going to be yet, but we're going to do something. Do I have a trailer hitch on my minivan? No, I don't have a trailer hitch. And actually, I've seen maybe 2 trailers in this country. I don't know. People don't use trailers here very often. And those trailers had boats on them. So other than, even the big trucks, most of the big trucks are straight trucks. If I had a trailer hitch, I wouldn't put much weight on the back of it anyway because I couldn't trust the little minivan with a 5-foot wide wheelbase to be able to handle any kind of load. I feel it would take me off the road pretty quick. Can't take the car guy out of you. I've seen the videos of your tricked out, your new little van. Yeah. No, I'm a car guy for life. And even though I'm in a different country and the menu is a little different as far as what I can get, I'm still going to do something cool. I'm still going to have something nice. And I'm going to do some projects. I'm going to make some stuff. I'm going to fabricate some stuff for the van even. I'm thinking about making like a big, like a train plow for the front of it. A bush bar on steroids. Just for something to do, just for kicks. It's going to be cosmetic only. But I'm thinking about making something like that for it just to be different. I don't want to be the same as everybody else. I hauled 2 snowmobiles once with my Prius. It doesn't, yeah, it wouldn't be very strong to pull those. And the problem is if you get into a situation where you're speed wobbling with that trailer, especially if it's not balanced right, but with the light suspension of the car and everything, it could easily pull you off the road. I'm terrified of trailers. I've had a lot of incidents with trailers. And so when I'm hauling cars and stuff like that, I'm very picky how I load the car. I want it like exact. When I was loading my GTX and taking it, because I took it 4 hours from my house to a friend of mine's shop so that it could get painted. And when I loaded that car on the trailer, I had marked the trailer exactly where the tire was sitting because I wanted to know exactly where it was so that when I brought it home, it would feel the same on the back of the trailer. And I actually got it in a nice spot. It was probably a little too heavy on the tongue, but it's better too heavy than not heavy enough. And it transported pretty well that way. And my Escalade has airbags in it anyway, so it compensated for the extra weight that I put on it anyway. And it's the hitch on that truck is rated for 10,000 pounds and a 1,000-pound tongue weight, so it was able to handle it anyway. Yeah, I'm definitely picky how I load vehicles and how the trailer's loaded. And I've had some imbalanced loads and some nightmare trips, and just not cool. Not fun, and I'd rather not experience that ever again. Matter of fact, I sold my car trailer, so I don't have a way to haul cars even when I go back to Canada. So I'm thinking we'll go into Mopar Fest. I'm planning to take the Super Bee to Mopar Fest. When I go there, I'm going to just hire somebody that I know that has an enclosed trailer. I'll get him to haul the car, and I'll drive there relaxed and not worried whatsoever. And I'll leave it up to somebody else to do the hauling for me. And then I don't have to have that white knuckle drive for 3.5 hours each way. And hopefully he has insurance so when he messes up, it covers my car. Would hope so. Can you go grab me a Pepsi, please? I'm getting dry here talking, so I got to get a Pepsi refill. As you can see, our fridge is mostly Pepsi. So should we let YouTube name our baby?
I thought they already choose the name for her. Her.
Her, yeah. It's going to be a her. I don't think she likes the idea of letting YouTube choose the name. We should have a poll. Let YouTube name our baby. It's hard to read this. I think the most important thing to have is good brakes. I got myself drifting a few times that I realized I needed to refresh brakes. Yeah, I don't know. Towing with a Prius is pretty sketchy to start with. I don't know if any kind of brakes would make me feel comfortable towing two snowmobiles. I mean, they're not stupid heavy, but they're heavy for a Prius. I think if I had two big people in the back seat, I'd be worried.
Someone says
Bill says, is it Bill? Yeah, great chatting for a few. I have to drop. Getting late here for me. Check out more of your YouTube videos. Yes, Bill, check it out. We got a lot of videos to show you. A lot to see and a lot more coming. So definitely check out what we have for content now. I think we have 93 videos now. We're getting up there. Langa,
yeah.
come here. So we're going to get an opinion from another member of our family. Come here, come here. Elena. So, what do you think about Mama having a new baby? Shrug your shoulders. Typical kid. Are you excited? You want a girl or a boy?
Girl.
Girl? Yeah. And what are you going to do with her? No, she can take one. You don't know. Are you going to dress her up? Yeah, you going to play with her? Play dolls with her? Take her out places? Do her hair? And what if it's a boy? You still going to do the same thing? Make his hair grow long so you can put it in ponytails? Say hi to everybody.
Hi.
Isn't she adorable? I hope the next one's as cute as you.
One sleeping.
I'm having trouble keeping up on the chat here. I see. I was with my Chevrolet Express. Oh, okay. Oliver says hello to you, Sarah.
Yan, kay Oliver. Hi, Tito. Hi, Tito Oliver. Hi, Tito Oliver.
She's going to be the next Miss Edie Megalona. Miss, yeah, that's what it is. Linai
Sang.
Sang?
Yeah.
Linai Sang Negros Accidento.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then she'll move on to be Miss Universe. She's pretty, she's smart, she could do it. I gave up Mopars for you. Hmm?
But you're still fantasizing them, so.
I'm still fantasizing them. Does that make you jealous?
No.
It'd be okay if I thought about other girls but not thinking about cars?
No,
No? You'd rather me think about cars?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's good.
you cannot impregnate a car, okay?
Can't impregnate a car. No, but if we were in Canada, you might be jealous of the cars. Because they'd get a lot of my attention. And then what?
Then what?
Mhm.
You're going to sleep all day until I come back.
Sleep all day?
I'm going to make gowns.
Make gowns?
Costumes, yeah.
In Canada?
Me here.
No, I'm saying if you lived in Canada, I said. If we were in Canada, you'd be jealous of the cars because of all the time I spend in the garage.
They make money, so it's okay.
They make money, so it's okay. Not all of them do. The Super Bee hasn't made a penny. It's just cost me a lot.
She will soon.
Hmm?
She will soon
She will soon?
make money.
Yeah, if I sell her.
If.
I don't want to sell her. I'd like to bring her here.
I'll be fine. I don't care.
You don't care. We'll make our bedroom bigger, and then we can put the car in the bedroom.
Wow.
Yeah.
Then you're going to sleep in your car?
No, I'll just sleep next to it. This is weird. I don't want to sleep in it. I don't want to put dents in the upholstery. Well, what else should we talk about? Does anyone have any suggestions? Post some comments. Get us talking. It's hard to sit here for an hour and make conversation with yourself. You have no idea. But we do it.
The corn is this big now.
What?
The corn is this big.
Show them the corn.
Ah.
Yeah, there's a good idea. We've been meaning to show you guys. So we bought some popcorn and she decided to plant some of the popcorn. Sorry
Because
about this. Here, can you unplug that?
Because he don't want to make popcorn for me, so I just plant.
Yeah, that's not it. So anyway, so we bought popcorn and she planted the popcorn. Okay, so we'll switch camera, switch the view.
Are you coming with me?
Well, I'll come as far as I can come.
Camera will shift. There you go. Ay, kabayo!
There's a horse. You didn't take the microphone? You're gonna need that.
That's my phone.
Yeah, take the microphone with this so you can talk to them.
I'm not. So I plan. I only have how many? 1, 2, 3 growing here. So instead, yeah. So this is the corn. This is the most healthy one. So see, the dog is here and it's going to step one of my corns again. So this one, this is another corn. See, most of them is almost dead now because Overdog keep running back and forth here when she's playing. These are my other plants.
Show them your watermelons.
No more watermelon?
Right there. Right there. There's one right there.
It's not a
Right
watermelon.
there by your behind you.
This one?
Yeah.
That's not a
I thought it
watermelon.
was.
No.
Oh.
Make a step on them na.
Need to destroy the watermelon plant.
Yeah. And most of my corns.
What kind of plants are those?
There are crotons, an ornamental plant, and some of them are fruit trees, but I cannot they will be more.
Don't put that in.
Need na?
Don't need that.
Okay. There are some fruit trees there, and I should transfer them to the soil, but we're not in the property to look after them so they will die, so I just let them on the pot. It's to make popcorn.
Well, I'm hoping it'll be to make corn. I'm hoping it'll actually taste like corn. Good corn. I don't know. I don't know what corn they use for popcorn, whether they use,
Sweet corn?
they might just use like cheap corn,
Sweet corn.
sweet corn.
Yeah.
Okay, well then it'll taste good. It'll be good corn. The 3 cobs that we get from those plants.
We will plant more if we're on the property, not because we have a lot of space.
So our property is, I don't know how big it is, half an acre, something like that. And she said that she wants half the property to plant a garden. She's very ambitious. And so I want to see her plant half the property. It's going to take a lot of effort. I mean, we'll have a lot of fruits and vegetables if you do that.
But the backyard will good for some trees, of course, but mostly for chicken, duck, goat.
We're going to have ducks.
Yeah, ducks are easy to grow than chickens.
Ducks are easier to grow than chickens.
Yeah.
Oliver says, I see you changed the format. Thanks. Yeah, we changed it to landscape. I'd like to hear from other people too to see if they like it better this way. I don't mind doing it this way. I prefer it this way because we get more view on the camera. Oh, yeah, broke it.
Ducks also lay eggs too. Yeah.
Yeah, and then next thing she's gonna want is balut. That's why she wants ducks, so she can have balut. Yucky, yucky.
Yummy, yummy.
You say it's namet, I say yucky.
No, it's nummy. It's yummy, yummy.
I don't want to eat unborn ducks.
You will soon. I'll get you drunk.
I don't think I've even eaten duck meat.
You have?
Have I? Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I did. I had it at Tita's house, didn't I?
Yeah.
When I was drinking, yeah.
Yeah.
And I had stingray, which is really not something that I ever thought I would eat, but it was not too bad. It didn't taste fishy. I don't know how to describe it. Actually, it didn't taste like seafood and it didn't taste like fish. It was just kind of unique. It wasn't bad. Now I can listen to it in the background or in miniature. There you go. We changed the format just for you, Oliver. Our most loyal viewer. He's here every week.
Yeah.
Hopefully we have a few more loyal viewers. Right now we're sitting at 6 viewers. That's a few less than I'd like to have. We need to make our live streams more interesting, more exciting, I guess. Make some comments and some suggestions of how we can make the live stream better. And we will gladly take those comments and suggestions.
She can put makeup better than me.
Yeah. Our 9-year-old daughter doing her makeup. And she's better at it than my wife. That's okay. You don't need makeup.
Why?
You look good the way you are. I don't wake up scared in the morning. You look just as good in the morning as you do at night. In the dark.
In the dark.
Yeah. You look just as good in daylight as you do in the dark. You could try streaming when you make your bumper. That could be fun. Yes, I am going to try that. I'll do it for a little bit of it, but I'm also going to try to make an actual video that's not a live stream. So I guess I'll do the live stream for part of it, and then I'll work on the video for the other part of it, so that I can upload a whole video of the process of it being made.
What number?
What I was talking about making for the van.
I see. We're going to convert it to what do you call it? Camping trailer.
Yeah, you want to. So she wants to convert the van into a camper and make it so that it's a camping vehicle. When we get a new vehicle, then we'll just dedicate this one to being a camping vehicle. And so we're thinking of ideas of how to convert it so that we can have like a tent folding out the side of it or something like that, and integrate everything with the van to have cooking and all of that neat stuff all in one shot. So it's kind of like a really, really miniature RV. But we can't sleep in the van because it's too small. So we'd have to have it so that we have a tent that folds out of it, especially for the size of our family. We're not all going to fit in the van.
And we're adding one more.
But we can make it so that there's like a tent that folds out the back, out the sides,
Yeah.
with the 2 sliding doors. We can make it really neat. Make it like so it opens right up. We can make it pretty cool. And for the cost of insurance and licensing here, I mean, we found out that when we renew the plates, the ownership and whatever on this van, for the renewal, including the insurance and everything, is going to be 2,500 pesos for the year. So that's like $60 Canadian. So it really doesn't cost much to have a vehicle, even if you're only going to use it occasionally. It doesn't cost that much to keep that vehicle on the road, so that's good news. Unlike Canada.
How much you pay for?
How much do I pay for insurance?
Yeah.
Well, I have a really good driving record, and my Escalade alone cost me like $85 a month.
A month?
A month, yeah. So it's a much different.
Mm.
And to renew my sticker, which they don't do that anymore in Canada, but to renew my sticker every year was another $120.
Sal, water please. Isulod ka pa ito.
Mama needs too big. It's not a conversion idea, but it could help you carry stuff for camping. On my van, I made a back rack that goes to the hitch. Well, I'm just thinking if we can integrate tents or gazebos or whatever into the van to have it so that it's just easy to open it up and it kind of makes it all one unit, then it would be a pretty comfortable situation. We can have our little stove or whatever can be in the side sliding door for cooking and stuff like that. We can make like a counter or something. I don't know. I'm not sure. I haven't figured out the design yet. We've just been talking about it so far, but I will design something cool. Maybe I'll even have it so that there's external stuff that folds out on the van. I'll start modifying the body, cut a hole in the side of it so you have a sliding stove that slides out through the side of the van. We could do that. I mean, if that's all we're going to use it for, then we can do whatever we want. We can cut it up whatever way we like.
Mm-hmm.
That's the great thing about customizing is you can do whatever you want. Can you tip the camera up a little bit? I'm ducking to try to stay in the view here. There we go. That's better. So yeah, so we'll come up with some design ideas for that. I don't know when we're going to get to that, but I can...
Oh, sorry.
Whoa. Sorry about the earthquake. I need to make a better table. This table is really wobbly. But yeah, we'll come up with some ideas for that and make a cool camper van out of it. Make it so it's comfortable for us. And then we can go, I don't know where we're going to go. I guess up in the mountains and just go on an adventure. And of course, we'll bring our followers with us, and you can go camping with us.
We can camp on the property.
I don't want to camp on our property. I want to camp somewhere in the wilderness. I used a hitch from a truck I had, and I plugged it in to the actual hitch. That's in 2 straight bars in there. Yeah, so Oliver's saying that he made a hitch attachment for his van, and it's a really good idea. It's definitely something you could do. I don't know if I can attach a hitch to this van because it's a unibody frame, and I imagine that there's not really any heavy spots to attach to, so I don't know. I think the only way I could do it is if I welded it right into the van and made it part of the substructure. So, but I don't know. That's a little bit in the future to make that. So we'll see what happens. I have to come up with the idea first. I can't just start digging into it. I need to know where I'm heading with it first. And sometimes it takes me a while to come up with the ideas that I want and to execute them. Because I hate to start a project and then change my mind halfway through and have to start over, basically. I don't like doing that. It's okay to improve the design as you go, but I like to have the basic design in my mind and know exactly what I want to do before I do it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to make plans for that too. Draw an outline.
Probably not draw it. We're just gonna. It's more of a visual thing in my head as to what I want to do. We can jot down ideas on paper and try to put it all together and make it so that it all makes sense, and it would be efficient and easy to use. So just a matter of planning it out. Just like our house, it's a matter of planning it out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need a drawing of our house. I have it figured out in my head exactly how I want it to be. The drawing is for other people to be able to interpret my dream, my vision. It's the same as the cars that I do. I already know what they're going to look like before I do them, but I can't express it to other people really. I have to just build it, and they don't necessarily see my vision until it's done. And then when it's done, they're like, oh, now I get it. A friend of mine pushed a concept to perfection. He made from scratch a foldable back rack that is fixed under the frame. There's a hitch. Well, if you want perfection, you really have to put some time into it and do a lot of thinking. And like I said, we're in preliminary thoughts right now on this, so we have to actually come up with a plan for it. He's very inventive. Yeah, I'm not that inventive. So for me to be creative, it takes a long time. I'm not that fast. Sometimes I have to look at other people's ideas to really get an idea of what I want. And I use other people's ideas to inspire my ideas. And I haven't really done a lot of research yet or anything. I've never made a conversion van. I've never made a camper. I mean, the closest I've done is bought a camping trailer, but I didn't do any modifications on it or anything. I just used it the way it was. You could mandate a machine shop to make it. Yeah, but that takes all the fun out of it. If I pay somebody else to make it, then I'm not making it. And if somebody else makes it, they're not going to make it the way I want it. And they're not necessarily going to make it the quality I want either. So that's why I do my own work. It's not because I like doing it necessarily. It's because I want it done properly and because I want it done my way. Don't do that. Because I want it done properly and I want it done my way. So then I know what it's made of. You know, any car I built, I know what that car is made of. I know what the structure is. I know what I've done with it. And so therefore, I feel confident with it and I know it's done right. And if I get somebody else to do a job, I don't necessarily know if it's done right or not. So I don't feel as good about it. And I feel much more accomplished if I make something myself, design something myself and create it and make it myself. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for today. We're at an hour and 10 minutes now. So we'll see you guys again next week. Please join us. Hopefully we'll do something that everybody likes.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to pump some more videos out this week. So keep tuned to our channel, subscribe, hit your notifications, all that stuff. And we'll see you again. One more comment here. Someone once told me, I can't read that.
Someone once told me there is the know how to make and the know how to make, but I don't like it either.
Okay, well, bye, guys. Thank you for the congratulations. And we'll see you again next week.